Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're just going to go over a video that Gene Hoffman did on Fox News. Now, I don't personally follow Fox, but I actually saw this video because it's pretty short. It's like 5.5 minutes, so it's not too long. And it goes into great details as to what's happening right now in the world with Russia, with the sanctions in place, and is crypto a escape route or a loophole for the Russian people to use since there's sanctions in place to prevent them from taking out money or using money?
Well, as sanctions against Russia have completely collapsed the ruble, Russians have turned to cryptocurrency. And with Russians throwing their wealth into crypto, the Financial Stability Board is sounding the alarm bells.
And the question was proposed by the Fox News host, since the Russian people still have access to crypto, is it a way for them to, do transactions? Gene's response to that was saying that, if there's large enough transactions, meaning there's a high volume of coins or dollar amounts to these coins, it's all trackable.
But you're saying that this is not a way to evade sanctions.
It's not. Once you start trying to move very large amounts of money, a blockchain is a auditable database of exactly where you move it to. And as much as the exchanges aren't banning all Russians, the exchanges are absolutely banning those on the sanctions list.
Can't really escape that. So it's not really a loophole. You can monitor all that because on the blockchain of whatever you use, whether it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, traced back, it can ultimately say this person or this institution is violating the sanction. I was trying to understand why and how Gene and Chia got onto Fox Business News. Now, is that the historic relations that they had on the media side of, I believe it was on Bloomberg News? I guess they're trickling in slowly but surely. They're trying to expose Chia and Gene as being the face of it, the president of Chia, to kind of educate the people who are out there, because I would say there's no other crypto company that has a corporation formed with a hierarchy. Now, you have Ethereum, you know who we have for that. We don't have anyone for Bitcoin. There may be some individuals who shill it very hard. I may be wrong with Ethereum, but I've only seen one face for Ethereum. We all know who that is. But of course, I'm sure there's other individuals because not one person can do all that by themselves. The video goes into some details, but obviously a very high level is crypto a way for Russia or even anyone else going forward? If there's sanctions in place for a country, is crypto a way to use money? Currently, as of right now, it is, because they're saying that there's still a lot of farmers in Russia and in Ukraine.
Our farmers on both sides, hate the situation. Obviously, it's been amazing to see how many Ukrainian farmers have actually stayed online and continued to validate, which is just, a yet again understatement of how strong their will to, defend themselves is. The whole point of cryptocurrency is to bring control over your wealth and your future back to individuals.
That's farming Chia. And I'm sure they're also mining other crypto out there. And they can use that as a way to get funds into their pocket. We don't necessarily have to be talking about millions or billions. We could probably talk about a couple $1,000s or a couple $100, because let's just say with sanctions in place and the banks don't have any money, selling their crypto, whatever it is, they can still make transactions. Everything's going to be done online, right? They don't actually need physical money in their pocket to go buy stuff. They can just literally still have, smartphones and do smart transactions on their phone with the coins in question, whether it's mixing the coins between, like if I wanted to trade my XCHs or purchase something with my XCHs with someone who's willing to accept Bitcoin or whatever dollar amount has to match at that very moment. So very questionable things right now in the world, because this is all new. Political side of it, they're trying to put sanctions in place even in the United States. I was tagged in a tweet before saying that New York City wants to ban, or New York wants to ban, proof of work crypto mining. Now, that could be GPUs, CPUs. Now, I personally, I don't think that can actually happen, especially here in the United States or in New York. I'm just speculating. I don't know if that's a possibility or not. It can be, right? But at the same time, I said they should be worrying more about like firearm or gun violence than they should be worrying about someone buying GPUs and mining Ethereum. So that's just my take on things. I was very excited to see that, Gene and Chia, Gene/Chia, right, has, spoken about something like this on Fox News. Now, I don't personally watch Fox News much, or if ever. If there's something that grabs my interest, I'll sit there and I'll click on it. Given that this interview was only below 6 minutes long, it was very informative. Of course, I'll link it in the description below. It's something that we should take in consideration, that this honestly didn't really have anything to do with Chia specifically. They were just pretty much asking Gene to explain, is crypto in general a loophole for sanctions in place, not specifically Chia. But what Chia and Gene Hoffman has mentioned is that there are still farmers out in Russia and in Ukraine. So personally, I would think he would kind of make sure he protects Chia and himself, because if he said that, crypto can be used as a loophole in sanctions, then obviously Chia will be a part of that, right? So obviously he's not going to bite his own tail. So that's why I think, that has to actually be proven. Like, is crypto a real loophole for sanctions? A prime example would be, let's just say all banks in Russia decide we're not doing any more transactions, no banks, no money coming in, right? Crypto is the only alternative for them to kind of survive in the economy, right? Of course, the younger generation will be able to do that. I don't know so much about the older generation. You have your smartphone, and you still have your internet access, and you're using your crypto to do daily transactions, and the economy is still thriving, meaning it still has the ability to function without the banks. Wouldn't that be a very scary thought, right? For banks, at least for the bigger institutions. And then crypto will be like the new next thing, which kind of is getting to that point, right? That's the whole point of it. There's very decentralized, and you can actually, use that as a value for transactions. So that kind of brings back, like, now I'm thinking like, oh yeah, Chia mentioned that many times, like, doing daily transactions. So there's no middleman. There's no fees right now. Well, I mean, there's no fees right now, but obviously with the whole dust storm stuff, we are adding fees on top of it. But if I was to, let's just say we're both in an area where we don't have access to a bank, and I wanted to buy something off of you or trade something with you, I said, here, I'll send you 1 XCH, which is worth what, $66 right now. So if I can do a transaction with you without having a bank around, and everyone else starts doing the same thing, that means we're thriving. We're still going. The economy is still functioning. I'm able to produce goods. I'm able to sell goods. I'm go all around without a bank, and I don't need to go to the ATM or do any type of transactions. Now, of course, what is being said is that even though, let's just say I decided to buy something off of you for like $1 million. Now, of course, that transaction is going to be able to be monitored, and because it's such a big number, it's easily traceable. Now, let's just say you had thousands to millions of transactions for $1 here, $1 there. That's basically like a dust storm. Now, if you wanted to track me buying something that was worth $10, you would have to find me on that exact time, day, and that transaction, and hopefully no one else had the same transaction number to link back to my wallet. That's pretty much how I see it. Now, of course, very broad explanation of that, but obviously everything is very, very traceable, and that's the whole point of what this video was trying to say, is that it's not really a loophole. You're not hiding transactions. You're not going to be able to do like black market stuff or black money that no one's ever going to see, and where this money is going to go. It's ultimately going to hit a wallet, and you're going to know where it hits because of the volume of what was being sent and what's being received. So that's my take on things. I thought this was a really good segment into explaining that, and of course I had to do a video on this. Remember to hit that like button. I'll see you guys again really soon. Bye.